my name is Leo, and welcome. Where's my running device? To a new day of Daggerfall, where we run in the water for a while. You know, actually, you know what I'd actually like to do? Yeah. It's kind of nighttime, and I want to do it. So I'm currently running. Where am I now? Oh, further on. Oh, we're almost at Bavaria, actually. In any case, we're running through the water, right? And I love how the horse just runs as fast as he can. There's one thing I want to show you that I saw ages ago, and I never quite got around to showing anyone. If I use a spell that I almost never use, called Light, it makes a little candle like hover in front of you, yeah? But then when you go into the water, well, it's the same, man. You're put. Oh. Okay, no, it always hovers. Okay, sorry, I'm sorry. Okay. Well, never mind. Get back to running. I was under the impression that, that candle, like, normally doesn't appear. Like, you're not supposed to see it. Like, it's like, basically, to cast the spell, the game developers just made it so that it creates the item of a candle to create the light, but you're not supposed to see it. I think the reason why I thought that is because it was nighttime, and whenever I jump up onto a bit of land, you don't see it. So I figured, okay, well, when you're on land, you're not supposed to see it, but when you duck down into the water, it sort of pops up. But even on land, you can look down. If I can find some land, and you can totally see it. Okay, it is supposed to actually be there. Never mind. Anyway, as we are still, you know, on our way to Bavaria, unfortunately I never found a bank in Anticlair. It's kind of annoying, but we're gonna continue our journey through Thailand and other places, as we'll find out today. Because I wasn't just going to Thailand, as I thought. I was going to other places. So yesterday I talked about how I was freaking out, right? That was a freak out, but today's the day we actually go, yeah? So, we got up nice and early. Fucking, what time did I wake up? It was early, dude. I want to say 5. I want to say 5 in the morning. I woke up. I might have actually just been awake. I don't think I actually slept. Mind you, yeah, because I was freaking out, like, I was still freaking out most of the night after hearing about that. There's another thing that I heard about that will come into play later, and that's one of the Smart Travel or whatever, the website, said that to travel to Thailand and some other countries, you're supposed to have at least 6 months validity on your passport, and I don't. My passport expires, I think, the end of June. So it's got 3 months there, but not 6. Like, did you even check that my passport would be okay? To the company that was organizing this shit. They're like, it'll be fine. I'm like, it'll be fine? When you book the tickets, because when they booked the tickets, they actually had some issues because my passport was less than 6 months. But the ticket was booked fine and it all went through. I'm like, okay then. So it's fine? Yeah, it's fine. Alright. So that's gonna come into play later. That's when the troubles start. But anyway, so far it's all hunky-dory. Took the airport bus out to to Osaka, where I got on the plane. And yeah, so it wasn't just Thailand that I went to. I went from Osaka to so I went from Osaka to Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur, just to stop off, and then to Thailand, and then I was to stay one day in Thailand, and then go to Laos, or Lao, however you say it. Stay there for most of the week. Originally I thought it was all Thailand, but stay in Laos for most of the week, and then come back via Laos, then Malaysia, and then finally back to Japan. Whew, okay. So, and then, yeah, in all these countries, Malaysia, Thailand, and Laos, they all had that 6-month rule. I'm like, okay, fine. But whatever. So, we flew to Malaysia. I think I was flying with the waifu because I'm lucky and I get the waifu. The waifu was able to come with me, and I think she wanted to buy something on the plane. So she used her credit card, and we ended up getting. Did we use our credit card? So why did we get change? That's a good point. No, I think we used Japanese yen. Shit, now I don't know. No, I think we paid in Japanese yen. Maybe we paid in Thai, because we exchanged a little bit of Thai in Japan, but it turned out that the exchange rate was so much better in Thailand, so thank goodness we didn't exchange at all. It was like, Jesus, it was 3.5, about 3.5 yen to the baht. That's right. But then, so it cost, 3.5 yen to get 1 baht. But then, in Thailand, like even in the airport, it was like 3 yen got you 1 baht. So it was like infinitely cheaper. Yeah, infinitely, not the right word, but it was cheaper nonetheless. So anyway, so yeah, we must have paid like something in baht, and then we got, I remember getting 3 Malaysian money change. Whatever the actual Malaysian money is, like, which I don't know. I know that 3 Malaysian money isn't actually that much, because when we came back, I was gonna use that to buy something, and I couldn't buy a coffee. Our coffee was like 8 or 7 or something. I ended up spending it on a glorified glass of water. Right. Anyway, I think the glorified glass of water was like 1.9? 1.9? Maybe it was 2. I can't remember. The point is, I had extra money left over, and I just gave it to the guy. Like, he's. And then our plane got delayed immensely, and we ended up staying there a lot longer than we wanted to. Fuck. That's a story for another day. But anyway, on the plane, what was it? How long was the flight? I think it was like a 7-hour flight from Osaka to Malaysia. That was a bit uncomfortable. Then it was like a 1-hour flight from Malaysia to Thailand. That was more uncomfortable, mainly because the seats were a lot cramped. It was quite tight. What else? I'm trying to think of what else happened. Actually, there's a funny story there. On the plane to Osaka from Osaka to Malaysia, it was a long flight, right? And the flights that my work had organized for my waifu and I, the seats weren't actually together. Well, they were. They must have like got them late, because on the right side of the plane there were like 3 seats, like the window seat, a middle seat, and then a aisle seat, right? So the aisle seat and the middle seat were used up by people. People already had them. So I was on the aisle seat. So I was on the window seat of like row 6, and then the waifu was on the window seat of row 7. So we were like, I was in front of her and she was behind me. Which we tried to get like closer. We tried to see if there was like empty seats we could move. It kind of failed. It ended up being that we could sort of, I would sit on the aisle. I got an aisle seat that was empty, and she was on an aisle seat one back, which she was more happy with. And she ended up sitting next to this little Japanese girl that she ended up talking with the whole time. I'm like, oh, my wife is such a good waifu. She's like, you know, trying to calm the little girl because she might be nervous about, you know, riding on an airplane or whatever. No, that wasn't it. It was the opposite. The waifu was scared shitless of the airplane. So she was like she wanted the little girl to like take care of her and hold her hand. Waifu. Anyway. So yeah, what else? So yeah, the plane ride was, one thing I've learned about, it's been a while since I've been on a plane, I guess. When was the last time I went back to Australia? I don't know, 2 years ago maybe? But, fuck, nobody follows airplane rules or procedure anymore. They don't. Nobody does it. Like, everyone's on the whole trip, everyone's on their phone constantly. Like, during takeoff and landing, and there were some flights to Laos that were no phones for the whole trip, which is kind of annoying, but yeah, it's only an hour, so it's not that bad, I guess. But yeah, people would just use it the whole time, have multiple things plugged in, like phones and tablets and shit, all running at the same time. People were, I know that people were using like Twitter and stuff, like on the plane, which is a big no-no. Like, you know when you're, okay, here's what you're supposed to do. When the plane lands at the destination, you're supposed to stay seated with your seatbelt done up until the plane has stopped at the terminal and wait, and finally the seatbelt sign is turned off. Then you can take off your belt, get up, get your bags, right? Makes sense, yeah? Okay, so fuck that. Like the moment the airplane stops at the terminal, everyone's up. Seatbelt sign's still on, but everyone's up and everyone's moving around. But even before then, right? Before then, like we've actually landed, but we're still like running, like slowing down on the runway. There are people that are whipping out their phones, sending messages to people, which is fucking a no-no. There are people that have, like, you can hear the sound of belts being undone. There was one person that was standing up and getting their suitcase out. Well, not only was the airplane still, like, going, like, I mean, when it slows down after the runway and it slowly taxis to the terminal. Yeah, I get it, you're not supposed to do it, but I get it. But we were still on the runway. We were still, like, it wasn't like we just hit the tarmac, but the plane was still going a decent speed. And he was already up getting his suitcase down. Fuck. And most of the air hostess don't do anything. They just ignore it. On the way back, there was this cool guy, I liked him, who was like super duper strict about the rules. And that was cool. But nobody follows the fucking rules anymore. The only thing that I guess I can commend the passengers on my flights is I don't think anyone was smoking on the flights. I've been on flights from Japan to Australia and vice versa, where it's like an 8-hour, 9-hour flight, yeah, and at least 4 times during the flight, an announcement was played over the intercom saying, you know, this is a non-smoking flight. The smoke detector in the toilets was set off. Please don't smoke on the fly. Like 4 times. I don't know if it was the same person or if it was multiple people. The freaking Japanese can't. Well, I'm assuming it was the Japanese. You know what? It could be Australians. It could be anyone. It could be Americans. But whoever it was, they were just loving their cigs, and they could not go the 9 hours without one. Which I guess if I was addicted to nicotine, that might be a thing. But God. So yeah, nobody follows rules anymore. Fuck it. Alright, well, after we went to Malaysia, then we, you know, this quick stop off to Thailand. We got to Thailand. Did I tell the story about the taxi driver? I did. The taxi driver that I thought was like trying to do a number on us, but he wasn't, so it's fine. But we finally got to our hotel, which was a nice little hotel. Stayed there for the night. Had breakfast in the morning. I had business to do that day, so I went out and did my business. And then we were supposed to, that night, head to Laos. But funny thing happened on my way to Laos, and I'm gonna leave that as a little teaser for tomorrow, because I'm definitely gonna be still doing this. Wait, are you on land now? I am. Oh. Is there anything else I could like throw in here? I could, yeah. Well, while we're on the subject of planes, I guess I could talk about how I took a propeller plane. I took a propeller plane to Laos, and that's an experience. Man, those things are noisy and bumpy. And again, the wife was freaking out and freaking hurting my hand, like breaking the bones in my fingers. Just like I've never known her to have such strength. She's a tiny little Japanese woman, just like crushing my hand because she's freaking out because there's a little bumpy. Yeah. Anyway. Alright. So yeah, I'll end it then. And oh yeah, that was the thing that I want to talk about is the fact that the wife hates flying. She hates it. Actually, there's one thing, which is where did we see it? We were together, weren't we? I think we were. So it must have been from Malaysia to Thailand the first time. Out the window, there was like the most beautiful clouds I've ever seen. It was like if you can imagine that like stereotypical image of like heaven with the clouds and shit. It was like surreal. Like it looked like a painting. They weren't just clouds. It was like the cloud castle of the giant from God damn it, Jack and the Beanstalk. It was that. It was amazing. It was unbelievable. Anyway, I'm gonna end this video now, and when we come back, I'll tell you more about my misadventures in Laos. Well, actually, it was more like Thailand, but yeah. But for now, my name is Leo, and I'll see you next time.